backwards. Hello. This one was easy. The first two, I got the itchy nose. The first two I tried last week and I had nothing but problems. This one was simple. Right in. Poof. uh, Actually, yes, it's already done. It'll go live at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So that's 4 hours and 14 minutes from now. So, yeah, hold on. Yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so hello, Ben F, and hello. I have no idea how to say your name, the guy from Belgium. I have no idea how to say that. Uh, so, yeah, my first day I tried to do this, it was like a nightmare. I couldn't figure out what to do, and it's like the dreaded VCR that's blinking 12 o'clock all the time. Actually, I'm very technical, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And I had problems like sweet without the wheat. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy. So I this time was easy. This time it went right in and went live. And literally 15 seconds after I went live, people started showing up. So uh hello, Lee Daniels. Hello. So we're still a little early. I'm going to just BS a little before I start ripping. But how about this? Is this the coolest card or what? I found this online on eBay. Boy, it's so weird doing everything backwards. But look at that card. Wow. Beautiful card. And then, of course, where is it? This I'm giving away on Halloween. Let's see if it'll actually work here. Let's see. Oh, it's too bright in here. You can't really tell. It's too bright. At night it glows. This is by the way, fan art. This is not a real Pokemon card. It's fan art. But it's still pretty cool. And I mean, I've gotten some stuff in this week that from Mega Evolution, the bolt. Boy, it's so weird doing it backwards. Because what happens is when I'm looking at the screen, if I go to the left, it's actually going to the right. And if I go to the right, it's going to the left. So I got a couple of these in. I don't know what I'll do with them. I just order so much stuff. So as I was saying, I have this to rip. Boy, it's blowing my mind. I guess I'll eventually realize that I'm doing things backwards. And this to rip. Yeah, Ben, I hope everything's okay, man. It's no fun being in a hospital, that's for sure. Yeah, we don't want radium on the cards. No, people mods. No. Hello, Brittany. So again, as I said, we're about 11 minutes early, and I'm just gonna wait. I want to wait till 12 o'clock. I didn't realize people would be on real quickly, but even though I know, like in Europe, it's almost 5 p.m. right now, so I'd love for Snapple, Snapple and Dunkin' Donuts. That was my sweetie, Granny, as I call her, saying she's going out to CVS and she's going to get me a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So even though I've already had one today, but she's getting me another one, and I need this because what happens is I talk so much I get dry. So I'm going to be sending some more cards out to PSA. I have 25 out right now. I'm going to be sending out maybe another 40. Tim Hortons, where you're at. No, I don't think so because I don't know what a Tim Hortons is. So I would imagine we don't have Tim Hortons here. What's Tim Hortons? Yeah, I need a on December 5th, I'm having another operation. What happened was, how do I put this? To get my kidney out, they went in through my abdomen, not from the back, but from the front. And they cut through the muscle and they get the kidney out. Well, they have a cut this big on my abdomen and they stitch it closed. But what happens is when he cuts through the muscles are now like that and they form a hernia. So I have a hernia. I hate talking about this stuff. So what happens now is a different kind of doctor has to go in and put a mesh in to hold everything back in place. Like I'm gonna say, hey, doc, give me a 6-pack, okay? Six pack, is that what? Yeah, that's what it's called. But mostly Canada and more Northeast states. Wings Rule. Oh, by the way, Mr. Wings Rule, I know you're a hockey fan. And I was a hockey referee for about 10 years, juniors down. And when the, let's see, hold on. I have my phone here. I just want to pull up a picture. I'm almost at 27,000 subscribers. I'm like 9 away. But let me pull up a picture here and watch this, Mr. Wings fan. Close that because it's stuck. Here we go. Where is it? Come on, where are you? No, you don't want to see that because that's the dreaded, we hate the wings. I took this picture. Let's get rid of that glare. Let's see. God, it's backwards. I took that picture in 1995 when, unfortunately, the Devils. Why is that so glary? The Devils beat the Red Wings in the Stanley Cup. That was Game 4. I was really good friends with Billy Guerin from the Devils. And here, I'm going to show you some. Oh, here. This is a good one. This is a good picture. But these are my boys who are now 45 and 43 with Patrick Roy. Let's see if I can get rid of that glare so you can actually see his face. Oh, it's backwards. Yeah, that's Patrick Roy when he was on the Montreal Canadiens. Pretty cool. Yeah. I met every hockey player on the planet from Gretzky down, which means everybody. And most of them, 99.9% of them, yeah, Patrick Roy was the goalie. That's correct. 99% of the hockey fans were nice people. Every once in a while, there'd be a one that I almost said his name. There were a couple that, well, there was a goalie named Tom Barrasso, and my children used to call him Tom Barras. Another word. And they were little kids, and they came up with them on themselves. Tom Barras. Oh, yeah, the Penguins goalie, right? He was, yeah. Oh, yeah, we met Yager and Lemieux and you name them, Brett Hull, and even the oldies. I met, Danny Gare, Serge Savard. I mean, I met tons of hockey players in my life and also football players. Felix Potvin, yeah, a lot of hockey players. And I got pictures of my kids with all of these people. Patrick Roy showing his grandkids a picture of Grandpa. I don't think so. Oh, there's 5 hotels in North Jersey that are all very close to each other that are about 2 miles from where they used to play. And they all stayed in one of those 5 hotels. So we would just call and ask for a lesser known player. And if we got through to a room, we knew they were there. And we'd go and wait outside the hotel. My nose is itching. You never been to an NHL game? Boy, I've been to a lot. I've been to probably about 6 or 7 NHL arenas to watch games. And I ref games from West Point to West Point was probably the furthest north I ever went, which is located in New York State, and to central New Jersey. So, and there's a lot of ice arenas, and I would do sometimes 3 games on a day. A morning game, an afternoon game, and an evening game. And then if I was lucky, I'd do a men's game at like 11 o'clock at night. And man, all the other games were easy. The men were hard because they'd all sit in the locker room drinking, and they'd come out and it'd be just gnarly. Let's see. Yeah, well, they met most basketball players, all football players, and all hockey players. Baseball players weren't that nice, I've got to admit. But we went to Cooperstown a couple times. We went to see Phil Rizzuto get inducted, and we went to see Reggie Jackson get inducted. Don't forget. So yeah, it was. Yeah, my kids have met a lot of sports people in their lives, and also not just that. A lot of music people in the music industry. It's a long story. It's a long story that I can't talk about. There are some things in my life that I really won't talk about. You'll hear me mention children now and then. Children, they're in their 40s. My youngest is, let's see, 45, 43, 40. My youngest is 37. 37, 40, 43, 45. And I don't ever really talk about them and their names and about what they do. They work for big companies, except for the second one. The second one is in Tennessee. He's a real estate agent, because I was a real estate agent when I lived in Las Vegas, and I did very well. And so he heard me. I played Call of Duty every night we won 3 games last night on Rebirth Island, if you know Call of Duty. And I play every night with my children, my 2 oldest boys. And he would hear me say, "Oh, I listed another house today. I sold another house today. I listed another house today." I mean, when I was out in Vegas, I was selling a house every 2.5 weeks. That's how busy I was. I was number 7 for Berkshire Hathaway. uh, uh, PS, no, Xbox. Who's what? Who's that, Grandpa? Boy, my nose is itching today. I don't know why. It's a big itch. So let's see. Yeah, I refed when I was refing, especially what would happen is as players and as referees got too old to ref or play anymore, they became coaches. So I'd be reffing games, and the coach of one of the teams would be an ex-NHL player. and the weird part was I'm a really big guy. I mean, I'm really big. You may not realize. You hear me say I'm 6'3", 290. I have massive shoulders and a big chest, and when I stand in front of you, I go from side to side. And so I'd skate over to him and introduce myself. And, hockey players are not big people. The only one that was really big was Eric Lindros from the Philadelphia Flyers. He was big, kind of like me. Well, in better shape, though. And like everybody thinks the hockey players are monsters, but they're not, because they have so much pads on, and you put skates on. Like when I put skates and pads on, I looked like I was 6'7", 350. So it's kind of weird. Want to see Grandpa's heart? Let's have a poll. It's Jay's mix. I have to finish it. I am so close. I just have to do a little more, and then I have down in my basement, I have an area where I can set up, and I have a 4-foot wide picture of Gengar. It's a wall cling thing, and I'm going to set that up behind me. And I think I'm going to have a neat little setup down there to do videos, because right now, I mean, I'm in, let's see, there's nothing to show you here, but I'm in, that's my gamer television right there. So, and look back there, you can see over my shoulder on this side, you can see a whole bunch of Pokemon cards in a tray getting sorted. And then I have weights over there, and I have a towel for when I'm lifting weights. I'm 73 years old and still lift weights. Oh, man. You will see the finished product. I might even send it to you, Jay. Okay. So let's talk about what I've done so far today. I've already finished the giveaway, and I put it on, when I make a video, I can put in a time when I want it to go public. So the giveaway's already done. And it's going public 4:00 Eastern time, so 4 hours from now. And yeah, and it announces the new giveaway I came up with. I'm not going to mention that right now. You have to wait until the video. But I can't wait to rip this. I am so interested to see what's inside here. Yes, good. Go visit him. Man, wait a minute now. You may not understand how big the United States is. See, that's one thing that people in Europe, unless you've been here, you really may not comprehend how big the United States is. I've driven from, excuse me, from California to New Jersey, and we're back probably about 8-10 times, 3.5 days of driving from 6 in the morning till 7 or 8 o'clock at night and doing 80 miles an hour. It is a big country. Let's see if I have anything down here. A little mint. I don't. Now, dag nabbit. So, I'm in Ohio. See, and Ohio's not close to me. Well, let's see. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Yeah. And it's only 2 states away. Yeah, but Pennsylvania is 350 miles wide, which is a lot of kilometers. Good morning, Galaxy class. Galaxy. Oh, that makes sense. The Netherlands. Don't forget. Okay, good morning. Yes. So, so what I'm going to do today is I really want to rip stuff. I'm dying to see what's inside this. Maybe should I do this first or these first? What do you think? Which one's first? The Mega Evolution or the Chinese? Because I ordered another. This is volume 1. I ordered a volume 2 already. It's due in next weekend. Mega. Chinese. Mega. Then another mega. Oh, so somebody's saying, do one of these, then do this, and then do the other one of these. Save the best for last, the pink box. Yeah, I mean, I might save that for last because I really want to know what's in there. How about last weekend when I was ripping and I pulled out the Gardevoir, the special illustration rare? Is that what it is? SIR, yeah. I pulled out an SIR out of one of these boxes that I got on Amazon. How crazy is that? So let's start with this. Six packs inside the booster bundle. What's the best I ever pulled? There's no doubt about it. The best card I ever pulled was probably the case hit Pikachu from Surging Sparks. I was very lucky. And then I got it graded and it came back a 10 from PSA. And then I brought it to a card show and holy crow. I do card shows, not that often. I've done Collecticon, but I didn't sell at Collecticon. I just appeared. It's funny. I go into a card store and people are inside. Somebody will say, "Hey, Hi, Grandpa. And I'm like, I've had little kids tell their parents, that's Grandpa. And I go, you watch too many videos. I'm not, no, not in Ohio yet. I have enough problems doing New Jersey. I still have medical issues that I have to resolve. So here we go. Pack number 1. Into my lucky garbage can right there. Does anybody use these? Why does it look a little fuzzy? I don't know why. Oh, because there's no light behind me. Okay, here we go. Pack number 1. You have no idea because it's backwards on the screen. So when I see the card over on one side, I'm trying to pull it to the other, but I'm actually pushing it the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love when I come up with Lit Leo. Why is Lit Leo? Because he's probably stoned. Back in my days, when you were lit, you were stoned. I pulled this out in an art rare or a nice version. It was actually a very nice card. What is this? Shedinja. I mean, who comes up with these names? Ninetales. I'd tell you a story about that, except I'd get in trouble with YouTube. Here's a. Do you like this new reverse hollow with actually nothing, no designs? I think it's kind of a lazy way out. Pokemon Center lady. I used to date her mom. It's a long story. And how do you say this? I think it's Evital. Evital. And then everybody's favorite. I would love to get you something. How do you do it? On my channel, I think down below I should have my mailing address, but I'll read it to you. Get a pen, and I'll read it to you in a minute. Let's open a second pack. Ninetales. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got stories that I can't tell you. Sandslash from Sand Screw or whatever the heck that last one was. Here's Abra. I like Abra just as much as I like Kadabra. You know, here's how goofy I am. I thought when I first saw they were cute eggs. I didn't realize they were trying to execute you. It took me a year. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Let me go back here. Abra? Kadabra. What are the odds of pulling both of those in one pack? Slim. Here's Frost Moth. Lieutenant Surge's bargain. Who comes up with these? Who's Lieutenant Surge? Yeah, I have lots of. I cheated and I looked, and I got a good card coming up. Klawitzer. And Klawitzer is an upgrade from, I can't remember. I have probably 4 of these cards. Mega Camerupt. So I'm going to put that in a sleeve. And we'll remember now, the new giveaway starts at 4 o'clock today. That's when the drawing is scheduled to be shown at 4 o'clock. I have so many cards. Let me show you something. I have boxes like this. And if I go in here, this is just a piece of what's in here, but there's a lot more. These are all good cards. That's just a little bit. And then, if I don't want to work with those, I get to work with these, the doubles. I have boxes. I have a closet filled with boxes. I have boxes in my basement. I have so many cards. And what I do is I'll do something like this. I'll rip cards, rip packs, and I'll put them in a, everything's backwards. And normally I'll put the name on top like that so I can see it. But if I have room, I'll put in a piece of the pack just so I'm certain. So I don't mix the cards up. Because if you start mixing cards up, when it's time to unmix them, you got a big job ahead of you. So if you're into collecting or you're just getting into it, keep everything as neat as possible because it can get out of control very easily. Okay, somebody said I wanted to send something to you, and I said, get a pen. So here's what you have to do. My name is actually Mark, M-A-R-K, Stevens with a V, S-T-E-V-E-N-S. I didn't name that. My parents did. And by the way, when I was born, there was a movie star named Mark Stevens. So that's why I think I'm named Mark Stevens. I can't ask because both my parents are long gone, unfortunately. My mother passed when I was 9, and my father passed away when I was, I think, 26. Okay, Mark Stevens, P.O. Box 521. Midland, M-I-D-L-A-N-D, Park, P-A-R-K, New Jersey, 07432. Now, I don't actually live in Midland Park. Midland Park is the next town over, but it's more convenient, the post office, than going to the post office in my town because my town's a little bigger and my town has parking meters. I hate parking meters. It's pains in my backside. And it's just much more convenient to have a parking lot at the post office. You just park. And here's the best part. No kidding around. No kidding around. Hold on. I go into the post office. I park my car. I go into the post office. Then I walk to the building next door. This is the building next door. So when I go to the post office, that's when I get my coffee in the morning. And I go to the post office a lot because I have to mail things. Mailing things out is not that easy, especially when you're sending something overseas and you have to fill out these stupid forms, these stupid, whatever they're called. You have to claim things. One Pokemon card, you got to fill out a form. And what they do is they give you spaces that are this big for something that you need that's this big. And you got to write real small. Okay, next pack. Let's see if I can pull a winner here. Yeah, I have a lot of cards. So, giving away is actually quite easy. But before I show you these, let me just tell you some things that people say the most crazy things online to me. I was giving away, now if you've been around for a while, I was giving away a base set hollow Blastoise PSA 6. And it cost me, one card cost me $150 to give away. And of course I had other cards, but the number one prize was $150. And some guy actually wrote in the comments, it's only a PSA 6. And I wrote back, I'll get a part-time job so I can give you a PSA 10. God, people are crazy. And there's a point where, oh yeah, I send away, where did I send away this week? I sent away 2 things to Belgium, 1 thing to Germany, 1 thing to Australia. I mean, I ship around. I've sent things to South America, Asia, Europe. I don't think I've shipped anything to Africa yet or Antarctica. Oh, you can't imagine what people write. There was a guy, there was a guy that wrote something to me and I responded to him yesterday. And I stewed for a night about what he said to me, and I don't want to repeat it. And this morning, because I can search words, I can't search names. Like if you send a comment to me, I can't search your name looking for your comments. They don't do that for some bizarre reason. But I remembered he said UGH, UGH. So I went in and I looked to comments I had responded to, and I typed in UGH, and boom, he came up. And I was so PO'd that I went over to the little clickable area and I went, doink, bye bye. And I deleted him from the channel because you can't imagine what people say about me. And when you say people are crazy, first of all, what I say is they can sit there and type. Right now, I'm looking at a laptop, a Mac Air, I think it's called. And they're very brave when they have a keyboard in front of them. But if I was standing in front of them, they wouldn't be that brave. Because even though I'm old, I'm still in pretty good shape. And I don't walk like a 73-year-old. I walk like a 45-year-old. And I'm a big guy. And they would never say these things to my face. I've had people say like the nastiest stuff to me online. And I probably deleted 20 people 20 people from the channel over the past year because they're obnoxious. So, what can you do? Oh, let's get back to these cards. So we have Clauncher. Clauncher. I love Clauncher. Tinkatink. Is that supposed to be a scary Pokemon? I don't think so. Nickit. This one's cool. Miltank. I'm sorry, Miltank. That looks like a female hog that had babies. I'm thinking bacon. Inteleon. I think that's. Don't forget to hit. Strange Timepiece. My sweetie just showed up. Shuckle. I think that's a Jewish Pokemon. Shuckle. Mega Jewish Pokemon. Oh, I amuse myself. Beware. Steelix. Hold on. I have to disappear for 30 seconds. So I'm going to actually leave the channel for 30 seconds because I'll explain why when I get back. I'll be right back. You want the paperwork down there, sweetie? You want your paperwork? I'm doing a live right now. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, sweetie. Here's your paperwork. Uh, 2:00. Okay. Guess where she went? So, and the reason I went downstairs was I'd rather have me going. She broke her ankle recently and needed surgery from falling down 2 steps. And so I I'd rather have me going up and down the stairs than her bring that up to me. So that's why I went downstairs just then. Sorry about that. Next pack. Last week I pulled the Gardevoir. I mean, think about that. What were the odds? And I didn't know. And I opened it up and I showed everybody, and all of a sudden everybody starts writing, "That's a $400 card." I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to send it in and get it graded. Okay. Beware. Haven't seen one of those since the last pack. God. Helioptile. Helioptile? I'm not sure 100%. Ralts. That's an easier one to say. Makuhita. Is this Garganical? Is that how you say that? But NaCl is on the periodic tables for salt. So that's a salt, a gargantuan salt. Mega Signal. This is the third one I've seen. I mean, come on. Here's Shedinja again. This is the female ninja, Shedinja. This is going to be it. Never mind. Sometimes, see, that was one of those moments where the mouth started going before the brain started thinking. And even though you say something jokingly, people still take it the wrong way. And I get taken the wrong way very easily. New mail. Here's this is a reverse holo of Evatel. Now, I like this next card. Forget that. Oops. Forget that. I said, boy, they really should make a full art out of Lunatone. And I'm going through my boxes and I find a full art Lunatone. I'm like, what did you? I had one and I didn't even know it. Now, I've ripped 4 packs so far. I've gotten 1 EX Mega Camerupt. Come on. Don't be Prismatic Evolution 2. Was that Prismatic Evolution set bad news or what? It was. There was the Prismatic Evolution just you couldn't pull anything really nice. I never found anything really nice. The nicest thing I found was a trainer. I have to drink. I'm getting dry. Email me, Lee. Email me and talk to me about what your idea is. I was supposed to do last Sunday a collaboration with I can't even remember his name now. And he ghosted me. Is that what it's called? He wouldn't answer my phone calls or messages. Who knows, man? Who knows what goes on in people's minds? I sure as hell don't. No. I know what goes on in my mind most of the time. I used to do, as I do tell people, I used to do stand-up comedy in New York. And I talk about my exploits, about how much fun I had. And in particular, there's certain moments that are really awesome when you're doing stand-up comedy. And there was one time, but I can't say it. I was in the Gotham Comedy Club. It was so bad what I said. Everybody laughed because it was very funny. But I'd get in trouble on YouTube for saying those comments. Well, this is different. That was in the 90s when Al Bundy was on. And you could mock people. Nowadays, everybody's too sensitive, man. It makes me crazy. So let's go. Here's Curlia. Is that Drizzle or Drizzle? I don't know. Score Bunny. No comment. Young Goose. Oh man, this is just getting me deeper and deeper. Chi Yu. God bless you. I'm just reading so I can see. It's hard to do this and read at the same time. Spiritomb. Then we come into the reverse hollows. Houndstone. That'd be a good hollow if it was a full card. Rare candy. Little did I know. I'm like, why would they put rare candy in there? I didn't know till this week that certain Pokemon evolved into their bigger selves after eating 50 pieces of candy. So that's why they have rare candy. I had no idea. Boy, this is turning out to be a dog of a box, a Houndstone, because I got one pack left, and I best I've gotten so far is a Camerupt. So let's open this last one. Get the box out of the way. Thievul. Young Goose. Haven't seen one of those in 2 packs. Tangela. I mean, there's 132 individual normal cards in this set. And I've seen Tangela twice. I've seen Clauncher twice. I've seen Ninetales, 18 tails. Inteleon. Here's a strange timepiece again. I'm just wondering what time it's going to be that I get to see an original card. Here's those cute eggs. Oh, I just pulled a nice one. I just pulled a illustration rare. I have to look. See, let me show you something here. There's my my cheat sheet, and that's my grandson sitting on Santa Claus's lap. Oh, let me save that for last. Clawitzer. Basic Energy. Let me put this in a sleeve. It's a very nice card. It is a very, I do not have this card. So I'm glad I pulled it. It's the Jewish Pokemon, Shuckle. Let's look at that again. It looks like a cartoon. That's what certain cards look really good because this card is funny because it looks like a cartoon. Some of these cards don't look like cartoons. This one looks like a regular cartoon that you see in a comic book or something like that. And so I laugh at it. But it's funny. It's real too. So I'm going to rip open one of these. This is what I use, by the way, from Amazon to store things. I like keeping things nice and neat. You got to keep them neat. Otherwise, you get behind, and when you have to straighten them out, it's very hard to straighten out a couple thousand, 10,000 or more. Okay. Mega Evolution. Rip, cut it. So a little later on in life, I'll be able to figure out these are Mega Evolution without actually having not to look to do some research, which only takes 30 seconds. But still, I'd rather be a little proactive and do it up front than do it from behind. I'm going to take a little mint now because my throat's starting to get a little. Somebody wrote, I see these slab-looking things that you can buy at Walmart that are magnetic. I do have them. Hold on. I think there's some in this box. There are. Yeah. Hold on. these things. So it's got a little magnet here and it's got hinges down here and it holds one card. And these things come in different thicknesses, so you have to be careful. This is a 35 point. They can come in to fit really thick cards. You know, some sports cards I have are that thick because they have a piece of a bat handle in it. So, but how cool is this? I mean, I don't think I've ever shown this card on my channel, but I have. This is just a little of them. These are those same things. They're all, I have so many nice cards. God, do I have nice cards. So let's put this back. Keep everything nice and neat. I'm going to show you something I have sitting over here, even though I may have showed this to you last week. I don't remember. When was the last time you saw one of these? Marbles in the box. Yeah, how cool is that? I think this is so. And by the way, this is Meowth, and you can get them with different characters. But I mean, you can't find these. Where do you find them? I found this in a store in Tennessee. I have a son that lives in Tennessee, and we babysat his children for a week while him and his wife went on a cruise. And I'd go over to that store every 3 days. Boy, it was really a nice store. It's old. It's a gaming store. There's a lot of gaming tables, but boy, did he have nice inventory. I want one to clear this place. 9 cards. I don't have any of those. Vintage. Save it. Somebody wrote Gotham is really cool. That's where I used to do most of my stand-up comedy. I used to do it at Pips in Brooklyn also, but Pips is kind of far from North Jersey. Gotham's a little easier to get to. And Gotham is generally, it's in the northern section of Greenwich Village. So Gotham would have a lot of millennials and a lot of gay people. And so I would construct my set for them. And as I mentioned last weekend, let me just get a sip. I'm getting dry. That one night I went in, get my feet under the table, and the whole crowd, like 300 people, were Black and Hispanic men. Totally different crowd. And they were brutal on the comics, on the stand. They were so horrible, harassing them. I'll get to the point where I told the joke. I'll tell you, and you'll remember this from last week. So one comic after another is getting harassed by the crowd. So, and they all said the same thing. I'm the little white guy you used to beat up. I'm the little white girl you used to, whatever. I get up there and I'm the last comic, and I get up there and I go, I'm the little white guy you used to beat up. I said, well, shit, I'm the big white guy who used to kick your ass. And they could see when I'm standing there, I am a big guy. And I said, I went just like this. I've had it. I said, what's tonight? Geek and weirdo night? And I look over at all the comics. And I actually told a joke. Normally, you don't tell jokes. Normally, you talk about things that happen in your life. That's what's really funny, when things go really crazy in your life. And so, and I'll tell you a little story about that in a minute. So I told a joke, and it's probably considered one of the more racial jokes you'll ever hear. It was such a racist joke, but it was funny. And I said it, and they all laughed. And then I went through my skit, which I was prepared for. And they had a great time. And at the end, I'm over at the bar talking to the owner of the clubs, and they're all over there going, "Man, you're the funniest guy we've ever seen. Can I buy you a drink? Can I buy?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't drink. You can't. I don't drink. I'm so sorry." But man, you were so funny because I was willing to stand up to 300 black and Hispanic guys. I'll tell you, this is how real life can be funny. But you have to have a quick mind. My ex-wife, we were over my oldest son's godfather's house. He's gay. As I tell people, we had a gay friend before it was the in thing to do. So he used to work with her. He was the neatest person you've ever seen. He dressed neat. Every hair was always in place. He look at me. It looks like I haven't shaved in 2 days. Or when I did shave, I cut myself. He didn't look like he had to shave at all. He was just 100% gay. And he was very sensitive, and he was very sensitive towards her because they worked together and they were really good friends. And trust me, he was as gay could be. So we go over. Now you have to understand and I'm going to have to explain this joke to you because you're not going to be old enough to understand it because the punchline dates to a certain period in life and you're not going to understand it because you're not going to know that period. So here's what happened. We're in his living room and for some reason, my ex walks over to his fireplace hearth and sits down on it. And it's winter time. Now the hearth is connected to the chimney, which is outside. So the cold chimney is transmitting cold down through the chimney, through the hearth. She sits down on the hearth and goes, "Ooh, this hearth is cold." And right out of my mouth came The Big Chill, which was a movie, The Big Chill. The gay guy laughed. Now, to make a gay guy laugh about something that they're very sensitive about says you just had one of the best lines ever. So, yeah, you have to be careful. Back then, I used to tell jokes and I used to tell funny stories, not jokes, funny stories that happened to me. And then you embellish them a little and you make them a little crazier. And it was funny, but you have to be careful now because people get upset when they go to a comedy club. I like the one comic that says, if you don't want to get upset, don't go to a comedy club. Or if you get offended, don't come to a comedy club because it's stupid. Don't forget to hit that. Boy, thank you, Jay. We need those men to take. Oh, there used to be a show on television called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And I was at a location one time, and all of a sudden, this big black Tahoe pulls up, and the license plate is Fab 5. And out of the car comes the Queer Eyes for the Straight Guys. And what they're doing is they're meeting here to go across the street to deal with somebody who they're going to have on their show who's across the street. And they come in, and I said, "Hey, guys," I said, "Could I get a picture with you guys?" And they were all like, "Yeah, oh, sure, of course," except for one of them. The one that does the food show wouldn't get in the picture with me before I said what I'm about to say. And I said to the other four, I said, "Even though if you knew who I was, you probably wouldn't get in this picture." But they laughed. You make fun of everything. And so I have a picture somewhere of me with 4 of the 5 Queer Eyes for the Straight Guys. And how come I knew it? That's sad because I used to watch the show. I'm with my sweetie. We're back here. Okay, let's look back here. You see, we have 2 reclining chairs, and we have another computer back there. 2 reclining chairs. We watch The Bachelor, Dancing with the Stars. Oh, God, these horrible shows. The Golden Bachelor. Oh, my God, it's so pathetic. People are so pathetic. Okay, so I'll tell you how I met my current sweetheart. Through Match.com. How cool is that? This was, oh boy, 30 years ago. And 30, 25, I'd have to think about it, probably 25. And I responded to her, and she had written, I need a guy that's intelligent and tall. And I said, yeah, but yeah, I'm intelligent and I'm tall. So I responded to her. And we met in a Barnes and Noble. And when we met, she came in, and all of a sudden I was right in front of her, and it kind of startled her. And again, I'm 6'3", 290. I'm a big guy. And she's 6 foot tall. So that's why she needed a tall guy. Because she didn't want a guy that was five, or even a guy who says he's 6 feet tall, but is really 5'9". I'm really 6'3". And she has a master's degree in psychology from Columbia University. And her brother has a master's degree in finance from Dartmouth. Her sister has a master's degree in something from Georgetown. Her father had a PhD from the same college Einstein went to over in Switzerland. So they needed somebody that could actually talk to these people. So me, I'm just undergrad, but I went to a big school, and electrical engineering. And I was able to actually have these more than normal conversations. I could hold my own against anybody because I have a very quick wit. Like I said, the big chill. Words just come out of my mouth. And back then I was unfiltered. Now I have to be careful because, especially when I'm on like YouTube, you could say the wrong thing. Next thing you know, YouTube bans you, and they really will. And I'm having fun doing this. This is like, even though I tell people it's like a full-time job, but it's fun. Yes, we did meet her online. Got the Dunkin' coffee. It's right here, and it is probably up to here. I just got it. This is my second one. Can you tell I've already had one? So it's all good. I wasn't famous back then. I really was never famous. Uh, uh, let's see. Maybe I should open the next box. What do you think? Should I open? I want to save that Chinese box for last. Last. I got 27. No, I didn't hit 27 yet, did I? I don't think so. Let's see. Let's see if I hit 27. I don't think I did. It's too early. No, actually, I lost one. That last box pretty much, until I got the Jewish Pokemon, it pretty much stunk. Actually, I like the Jewish Pokemon. I hope I'm not offending anybody by calling him a Jewish Pokemon. They have Italian Pokemon also. I just want you to know that. The Jewish Shuckle sounds like a Jewish word to me. I used to live in Fairlawn, New Jersey, a very Jewish town. I learned a lot of Jewish words like chutzpah. I love that word. Oh God. Six more packs. Boy, do I rip a lot of packs. Do I rip a lot of packs. So if I repeat myself from last week, I'm sorry, but somebody wrote to me, Grandpa, can you show us your collection? I'm like, man, I don't know, 30,000, 50,000 cards. I got so many cards. I can't show you my collection. It's too big. Yeah, I think I'm telling you. What would you call it? Shuckle. I'm sure that's a Jewish word, or close to a Jewish word. Shekel. I'm thinking shekel, shekel is a Middle Eastern coin of some kind. I don't think it's a Jewish coin. I don't know. I don't know everything. I know most of not everything. 100% Jewish. Yeah, shekel. Oh boy, it is so hard. I should just go right to the camera. Everything's backwards. Okay, There we go. Ooh, right off the bat with the scary Pokemon. Tink-a-tink. Haven't seen this since the last pack. Nick it. Oh, here we go again. The female pig that just had babies. Miltank. Look, I mean, those are udder type things, right? Aren't they? So when like dogs have babies, you can see a female dog. You can see that they're. Never mind. The wrong words are going to come out. The wrong words are going to come out. Stop sliding around cards. Kirlia. Magnezone. We didn't have one of those. Did not. Wally's Compassion. That doesn't look like a guy to me. I don't know. I'm old school. Guys are, never mind. Pyroar. Ice Cube. Oh, I just pulled a illustration rare. First pack. First pack magic, my friends. Steelix. And then this, I'm going to put it in a sleeve. This card is, this is a special card. This card is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Very orange and brown earth tones. Garganical. Look at that card. 1 gold star. How pretty is that? That is a pretty card. See, I appreciate pretty cards. And a lot of things can make a card pretty. Like, let's use an example here. Let's use this as the sled to pick up things. This is a pretty card because it looks like a cartoon. That's a pretty card because I like the color scheme. It's beautiful. This is not a pretty card because it's crazy. Sometimes they go overboard in their artwork, and it doesn't make sense to me. See, now I think this is a very pretty card, and when I saw it on eBay, I said, man, I got to get that. Well, then I really started looking, and there's a whole bunch of them. You can get a whole bunch, and it's very expensive. If you start getting PSA 10s, they are out of this world expensive. Those things, these cards, by the way, they're called Hanafuda. They were sold in Japanese Pokemon Center stores only in the year 2013 and the year 2016. So this is a 2013. So pretty cool card. And you see here we've got Drowsy, we've got Ghastly up there, and down here we have Abra. Boy, it's so hard to do this backwards. It is so hard. It's just blowing my mind. Let's see. Should I get... Nah. I have one of those really nice carry cases with all my slabs in them. I was going to say, should I get the slabs? But I'm dying to open that Chinese box. Pack number 2. Okay. Switch. The cute eggs. I mean, you gotta admit they are cute. They look a little mean, but they are cute. Here's Beware again. I mean, it looks like a teddy bear that's wearing clothes. I mean, yeah, I wonder if they sit around let's just say all the artists get together on a Friday night, go out to the local sake bar. I've never had sake. I don't drink, so I can't tell you what sake tastes like. I don't drink. And they all sit around drinking sake going, hey, I got an idea. How about a teddy bear wearing clothes? Or cute eggs. Who came up with this? See, to me, you had to be stoned to come up with this idea. You know what would have been fun? From my perspective, it would have been fun as a writer on either Married with Children or 2.5 Men. Aren't you curious what kind of drunk you have are? Uh, no. This is the second box already. Yes, indeed. Soul Rock. No, I don't really care to taste out. Nah, I have weird tastes in. Well, you see what I drink. Hold on. Snapple, half lemonade, half iced tea. Dunkin' Donuts. I don't like beer. I never liked beer. Couldn't drink it. It was just intolerable to me. It's just I didn't like the taste of it. Now I am half Italian, so I had back 50 years ago. I'd have wine now and then, but again, no. And I was always whenever I went out with somebody, a whole group of people, I was always the designated driver because I didn't drink. I don't know about sake. Oh, here we go again. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. We have the Jewish Pokemon again. Chuckle. Oh, Alakazam, full hollow. Do you know how screwy I was back in the old days when I would watch? When I first started, before I did this, I would watch PokeRev, and he'd be going through cards, going, "Here's a hollow, a reverse hollow, a hollow, a reverse." I'm like, "What the hell's he talking about? Reverse hollow?" I had no idea what they were, and he'd pull a Japanese box and rip it open and know who all the characters are. Don't forget. How do you know coffee is a must? How do you know the characters well enough that you know who they all are when they're in Japan? Even though I've gotten a lot better over the last 6 months, I've learned a lot. And the more I get into it, the more I'm beginning to find out. Man, I had no idea that Charizard V-Star was an evolution from Charizard V. I had no idea until just the other day. I'm like, what? I just thought it was a different name of a different kind of pack or something. I had no idea what it was. So here we go. I need another Shuckle. Another Shuckle. Oh, here's Drizzle, Score Bunny. They're in the same order. And if you remember the last time I pulled a Score Bunny, what was the next card? A young goose. And then a rare candy. It's like bizarre. And then those damn cute eggs. But they're on trees. I don't understand that. Or they're in a plant. They're in a tree. I think that's like a coconut tree. But I'm not 100% certain. Risky Ruins. Okay. I'm trying. If I can pull a Captain Pikachu, I will. Take care there, Fang Face. Houndstone. Uh, Big card. Big card. Iron Defender. I'm not a big fan of these reverse hollows. They're just too bland. Evital. Basic Energy. And then let's sleeve this up. It's a Mega. This is a good one. I think I've ripped one of these already. Mega Lucario. But I tilt it sideways just to get rid of that glare. Mega Lucario. Pretty nice. I don't even know which megas are still available. Like, is there a Mega Charizard in that group? I don't know. Here we go. I keep glancing over at this going. But you know what's weird? From what I understand, there's 15 packs in here, and there's only 4 cards per pack. So there's 60 cards. Oh, Mega Charizard's next set for next month. Yeah. I remember my first Charizard. I was so excited when I pulled it. I think my voice went up 2 octaves. Ralts. Makuhita. Thievul. Here we go again. I haven't seen one of these since the last pack. Young Goose. Magnezone. Wally's Compassion. Didn't I say that doesn't look like a guy? That doesn't look like a guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Pyroar. Thievul. Clawitzer, which is a howitzer and a claw combined. Hariyama. See, this could be a cool full art card. That could be cool. But as a regular holo, it's not that cool. I've seen better. Boy, does my throat get dry when I'm talking a lot, which is all the time. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Halloween's coming up. That Halloween giveaway is going to be fun. I'm glad I found that Ghastly. That is such a nice looking card. Even though it is fan art, it's still a nice card. Going, if I could have a sponsor, I don't know who I'd like to have as a sponsor. They wouldn't even have to pay me. They just have to give me free coffee for the rest of my life. They wouldn't have to. Ice Cube, which of course is isn't that a rapper? Ice Cube? Bay leaf. Oh boy. That's what you put in the soups, bay leaves. Spearow. At least I'm into a box that has different cards. Right now I'm into a pack. Onyx. Now, if you know Onyx, Onyx is a stone. And if you look at the Pokemon, guess what he is? He's a stone. Here's Tinkaton. Tinkaton. Volcanion. Premium Power Pro. There's actually a drink that looks like it has that kind of bottle. I don't know what it's called, but I don't get it. I don't ever get it. I don't drink energy drinks either. I don't know. I'm just different. There's the Salt Monster. Here's the Rare Candy Reverse Holo. Here's Dialga Holo. And Basic Energy. Ice Tea, Ice Cube, Potato. Rip the big one. Yeah. I'm saving the best for last. Man, we're not even into an hour yet. At the rate I'm pulling, I think I've pulled my hits already. I got a mega and a special illustration. What is it? An illustration rare. I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to have one. Tangela. Clauncher. Pachirisu. It's easy for you to say. Grafea. Here's those damn cute eggs again. Risky Ruins. I can't believe I pulled a Gardevoir last week, and I'm having such crappy boxes this week. Houndstone. Here's a reverse holo of Hariyama. This must mean that Chinese box is going to be good because these boxes were nothing to write home about. There's the damn Beware again. Kyogre. Is that how you say that? Kyogre? So that's 2 boxes. Put it over there. Okay. I got to be prepared. I was a Cub Master, and part of the Scouts motto is be prepared. Yeah, I was a Cub Master for 3 years. Uh, the kids kind of nominated me. Our Cub Master, my son was the Cub Scout. I don't even remember which son it was. And the Cub Master said he's retiring at the end of the year because his son is moving on to the Boy Scouts. And if they don't get a new Cub Master, the pack will be disbanded. So I had no intention of being a Cub Master. And it was Halloween time. And I was wearing a big Halloween mask. And a kid would look at me. Now you have to excuse what I'm going to do. A kid would look at me wearing this big Halloween mask, and I'd go like this. And he'd go, "Hey, look at the Cub Master." And I go, and all of a sudden, the Cub Scout pack is chanting, and now we're talking 40 kids, 40. The Cub Scout pack is chanting, "Pick your nose, pick your nose, pick." So I'm there like this. so, so, so then the Cub Master goes, "If we don't get a new Cub Master, we're going to have to disband the pack." And all of a sudden, the kids start going, "Mr. Stevens, Mr. Stevens." And all of a sudden, now they're chanting, "Mr. Stevens, Mr. Stevens." And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be a Cub Master. And I was a Cub Scout. I was a Cub Master for 3 years. So let me tell you some of the things I did before I opened that box. Because so right now it's 1:02. We just passed the 1 hour mark. It seems like, to me, like I've been talking for 5 hours already. So we had 40 kids, 40 Cub Scouts. We'd have a pack meeting. There'd be 40 kids there with 40 parents. And pack meetings were in schools. So Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts have a lot to do with American Indians. So I found an American Indian that I lived in Mahwah, Mahwah, New Jersey, which is it's an Indian name. So there are Indians called the Lenape up there. So I found one and I said, "Do you know anybody that has full dress that can come to a pack meeting and do some kind of a ritual type thing?" And the guy said, "I have full Indian decor." And I said, "Oh, can you come to a pack meeting?" I said, "We really can't pay you. We're a little pack." He said, "Yeah, I'll be glad to come and do it." So he came to, and he brought a couple friends with him, and they were in their Indian garb, Native American garb. See? And we had a nice pack meeting. It was really cool. Now, when I was younger, the FBI tried to hire me. So I had a kid I was a baseball coach, and I had a kid on my team, Chris Wong, who was afraid of the baseball. And indigenous peoples, who's afraid of the baseball. And his father, Wes, was a FBI agent. Now, the FBI tried to hire me, and I had a great job for Smith, Corona, and Marchant. I was running their worldwide electronics department. And so Wes was an FBI field agent out of Hackensack, New Jersey. And I was talking to him, and I said, "Hey, Wes, do you think maybe you can come in and have like a presentation at a pack meeting?" See, I wanted to make the pack meetings more interesting than just sitting around and handing out awards and going over names. It was kind of very boring. So he said, "Sure." Well, he brought in, little did I know, he was going to bring in a sniper with him. He brought in a sniper who brought in his sniper rifle. His sniper rifle was sitting on a table. He stood in front of that table. You're not allowed to touch his gun. I had no idea. The only person allowed to touch a sniper rifle is the owner of the gun, the sniper, in the FBI. Nobody else is allowed to touch those guns. So this guy, if you met him, you would say this is the biggest doofus guy you've ever met. And he was an ex-Army Ranger. How's that for mislabeling somebody? And he's a sniper. And he talked about what they would do, how they would approach, especially drug deals, what they would do. He said every drug dealer, he gave literally for a 2-hour pack meeting, they just sat and talked. They wore their FBI shirts. It was actually pretty cool. And he said the first thing they do when they go to make a drug bust is there's dogs that the drug dealers have dogs to warn them that people are coming to start barking. So unfortunately, the sad part is they shoot the dogs. They kill the dogs first, so the dogs can't warn the perps that here comes the FBI. But it was actually a very interesting meeting. That was just one of two. I had the Mawa model airplane people in, and they came in and they brought in all the remote control airplanes, which were beautiful. And we went up to a local ski area the next day, and they took the planes off and they let the kids fly the planes a little while they were up in the air. They wouldn't let the kids take off or land because these planes were kind of expensive. And that was a pretty interesting meeting. And 40 Cub Scouts my first year became 100 Cub Scouts my second year. And not only was it 100 Cub Scouts, but they would all bring their friends and their brothers and sisters, and we'd have a lot of both parents. We'd have 600, 700, 800 people at a pack meeting. and a mother comes up to me, and you can imagine with 600, 700 people, how crazy it can be. And a mother comes up to me and goes, "Can you control these people?" I said, "Look, there's 700 people here. I can do the best I can, but do me a favor. You control your own kids." But we did a lot of camping. We did winter camping, spring camping, summer and fall. We camped all the time. We camped in tents. We camped in cabins. We camped, you name it, we did it. I went to Lawrence Taylor's house and I brought 50 football cards with me, and I rang his doorbell. And he had a speaker system. And I said, he goes, "Hello." And I go, "Hey, LT, this is Mark from the Mawa Cub Scout pack. I said, I have a couple Cub Scouts here with me. And could you come down and maybe sign a couple of things? We're having a fundraiser for the Cub Scouts." He goes, "Yeah, I'll be right down." He came down and he signed all 50 of those cards. And I went to, here's the best. So I had two Cub Scouts with me, my son and his best friend, Jamie. Now, my son is obviously Caucasian, and his best friend, Jamie, was black. So we had a black Cub Scout and a white Cub Scout. So LT was very happy to, that it was we're a nice Cub Scout pack. So what I did was I went to Gary Reason's house. I went to Pepper Johnson's house. I went to Leonard Marshall's house. I went to Phil Simms' house. I went to 10 houses. I knew where they lived. It's easy to find out where people live. Really easy. And I'm not going to get into that because I'm sure they don't want me telling people how to find out. And I got him all the signed stuff. Like I went to Leonard Marshall's house and I gave him 50 cards. And he said, "Can you come back tomorrow? I'll sign them." I said, "Yeah, and you can keep whatever ones you want." And he said, "Okay, thanks." I went back the next day. I got like 23 back. He kept 27 of them because he had never seen them because I was a huge card collector. So what the object was to sit at something called Mawa Day and sell the cards to raise money for the pack. Because we were going to go camping at Camp Glen Gray, and it cost a lot of, you had to rent the camp. And the camp can house hundreds of Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, but you had to rent the whole camp. So we needed money to do that. So I donated all these cards, and I sat at Mawa Day selling the LT cards, $10 each, and every other Giant football player, $5 each. And we made about $600, a lot of money. And we were able to go camping 4 times at no charge. Again, this was all went into the pack pot or whatever it's called, the pack treasury. And we had a treasurer, whoever it was, I don't even remember. And we rent the cabin or we rent the campground, and they'd have to have a check for $100 to the campground. And so these football players took care of all this stuff for me. So now I'm sitting there and I have Leonard Marshall, Pepper Johnson, Gary Reasons, Phil Simms, Howard Cross, Lawrence Taylor, and about 5 or 6 people come up to me, and they're looking at the cards, and a woman goes to me, "Where'd you get the Gary Reason cards?" And I said, "Oh, I went to his house and got him to sign them." And she goes, "No, you didn't. I'm his wife." And she's with a little boy, and the little boy goes, "Yeah, Mommy, he was over at our house last week." She goes, I am so sorry. I said, oh, it's no big deal. Gary signed things. I'm very thankful. And I'm a YouTuber myself. Channel promotes Pokemon as well. Send me an email with your YouTube channel name, and I'll be glad to give you a shout out on my channel. I can't believe I have 27,000 followers. At the end of last year, 2024, I had 10,000 followers. So I've gone up 17,000 so far this year. And think about, I've had, I'm saying 4 months of no Pokemon because I was ill. I mean, I was really, really ill in the hospital. Really. I mean, I said to my sweetie, I said, I'm not sure I'm coming out of the hospital. That's how bad I feel. And it was not good. So the football players were all very nice to sign for us, and they helped us out. The only problem with being a Cub Scout pack are certain parents can be a little problem. I don't want to write stuff. Send me an email, grampybeast@gmail.com, grampybeast@gmail.com. Send me that email and with your information, and I'll be glad to, hold on. Did I? Yeah, I did. I used it for this right here. I needed paper. Here it is. That's my email address right there, grampybeast@gmail.com. So, give you an example. If any of you have been involved with the Cub Scouts, you have something called the Pinewood Derby. And the kids are supposed to make pine racing cars, and they race down this track that has 3 lanes. Left lane, center lane, right lane. And some of these cars would come in and they looked like they were made by kids, and other cars would come in and they were looked like they were made by Lamborghini. And the kids are supposed to make it. So you put them up top, and there's a bar, and the bar lifts, and all 3 cars take off at the same time. And there's the first place, second place, and third place. And then they keep moving on. The first places compete against each other until there's a winner, and the winner gets a trophy. Some of the parents were just like crazy about this. Like, I was in the slow lane. Slow lane. So what lane were you in? I was in the left lane. Okay, I'm going to put you in the center lane. We'll do it again. You and 2 other cars. I'll put you in the center lane. Guess what? Now the center lane's the slow lane. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But the biggest problem I had, it's in the text of all his videos. The biggest problem I had with the Cub Scouts was 3 women in one den. The one's name was Deborah, let's say. And I used to call her Slunk Meat. Let me be real careful because I can be taken the wrong. She was just a nasty, vile person. And our sponsor at the time, our Blue and Gold dinner at the time was in the Elks Club, ELKS. And I didn't think that was an appropriate place to have the Blue and Gold dinner, which is a fancy dinner for the Cub Scouts. So I moved it up to Thayer Hall at West Point. Thayer Hall at West Point. West Point Military Academy. West Point, right, the military base. We'd have it, and we'd have a table of 10, and we'd have a cadet sitting with us at the base. And so the pack got so big and so hard to handle that there's 2 schools involved, 2 schools in Mahwah that kids were coming from. I was going to split the pack into that school and this school. And so somebody from council comes in to do the actual splitting of the pack. And this Deborah is there with her friends. And she goes to the guy, well, we had this giveaway and he didn't give us any receipts, me. And the gentleman goes, what is she talking about? I said, well, I don't know what kind of receipts she wants. I said, I didn't use any money from the pack. These were my cards. I donated the cards to the pack. I got them signed by the football players. I sat at Mawa Day all day selling them, and I gave all the money to the treasury. We were able to go camping 4 times at Camp Glenray, and that paid for all of that. So I don't know how do I get receipts? I didn't use pack money. I didn't spend any money. I can't get receipts on something I didn't do. But that's what I was dealing with, what kind of monster this woman was. Slunk meat. How's that for a good word? So let me get a drink. And I really appreciate the video. And yeah, PokeRev, wow. What a story that is, huh? He had a card. He had a card. He sold cards, from what I understand. And when the 2020 came along with that stupid lockdown, and he then went into YouTube, and everybody from his card store followed him. So right away, he had a lot of subscribers. Me, I've had to work the end of I started in September of, okay, hold on, I'll try and get the dates correct. September of 2023. By January 1st, I had like 187 subscribers. Then by 1 year later, I had 10,000 subscribers. Now I'm at, I'll hit 27,000 today. I should be at, before the end of the year, 30,000 subscribers. So I went from 10 to 30 in 1 year. And it's not as easy as you think. It's not easy, trust me. So I think it's time to start opening the Chinese box. It's not easy, trust me. It's a lot of work. And as I tell people, if I had a job, I wouldn't be able to do this, because this is a full-time job. Oh, I should show you that. It's up there. It's a nice picture. Okay. Captain Pikachu. I really don't know anything about these cards. I'm going in blind. Does anybody know anything about these cards? Hold on, I'm going to show you a picture. I have to show you that picture. It's staring at me. It's staring at me. Let me get up. Hold on a sec. In case any of you ever want to know, that's me and my sweetie. And we're in Disney World in Florida. So when you hear me mentioning Granny, Granny, if she heard me say that, oh, look at this. I didn't know that. Huh. Let's see if we can see it on the, yeah, look at that. The box is like a hologram. See it? It's pretty interesting. So here we go. Let's see. It opens. I see a perforation here. There's a perforation on the side, on both sides. And then it goes to the front. Where's my nose? Whenever I open boxes, my nose itches. Or maybe it itches all the time. I just never notice it. Oh. Well, that's weird. Look where it goes down to, and the perforation in the front is actually up here. Oh, sorry. Up here. So this is down. Wait a minute. What just happened? Oh. I think this pulls. I don't know. I've never opened these boxes before. So there it is. There it is. Let me see something. I hate doing this, but here I have a scale. I want to see something. Can card stores be dishonest? 7 grams. 7 grams. 7 grams. In the old days, the nice packs that had a hollow in them, a real nice or a nice card, weighed more. That's why when you go to a card show, you might see cards that are marked light, medium, or heavy. These are all 7 grams. So there's nothing here that is going to help some slime bag. Oh, and I've seen, you have to be careful what you say to people. I was in a store called in Las Vegas called The Card Garage, TCG. And a guy was there buying a case of cards, of Pokemon cards. And he said to the owner of the store, I buy the case and I rip the packs until I hit the case hit, and then I put the rest on whatnot. And I felt like saying, you're a slime bag. You're the problem with this business. That you're cheating people. You really are. But you're in a store and you don't want to alienate somebody from the store and get the store pissed off at you. And it was just so annoying that the guy actually said that. I just thought that was such a rude thing to say. Okay, now Japanese cards have a little notch up top, and so do the Chinese cards. But it didn't rip completely. So let's go and try my way. That ain't working either. I don't want to bend the cards. So let's get okay, here we go. Wow. Now, from what I understand, there's 4. You can feel it's very thin. There's 4 packs, 4 cards per pack. So we have, watch how good I know them. This is a Pokeball Vulpix, right? Vulpix. Ooh. Is this Meowscarada? Is it? This has a really nice reverse hollow. Look at that pattern. It's beautiful. And I'm not sure who this is. If you see me rip Japanese packs, that's my favorite saying. I don't know. Or Florigato. Yeah. Or I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm getting better. Okay. Here we go. Pack numero 2. I have a garbage bag right there. So that's why you see me reaching over there and, oh, I should know who this is. I don't, but check out, this is terrible. What is this? There's 5 cards? 1302/05? Because here we are with Vulpix again. And here we are with this card again. Oh, a Mega Ball. Look at this. Mega Ball. Who's that? Which Pokemon is that? I don't know. Do you know there's like 1,600 Pokemon? Rockruff. Eventually I will get there. Believe me, right now from a year ago, I know so much more. Can I bet that? That's a video. I want to pet that dog. And it's a bear. And the mother's going, no, 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 no. I want to, and there's like there's a like a wooden fence. I want to pet that dog. It's a bear. Oh God. Ah, it's so funny. I love watching TikTok and aha. LeChunk? Is that LeChunk? Oh, I know who these are. I'm pretty sure I know who this is. Qual. I'm going to switch cards here. I'm not going to show you the third one. Oh, I should know who this Mega Ball is. I should know who that is, but that's okay. Because this next card is going to get a sleeve. I don't know. I don't know well enough. I don't know well enough. Is that's not Captain Pikachu, is it? Is that Captain Pikachu? I don't know. I don't know the cards well enough. So I'm I'm basically blind. But as I rip more and more of these, I'll get to know, they're cool cards. I'm going to go over to Europe and I'm going to get some Italian Pokemon cards and some German Pokemon cards. That is Captain Pikachu. Next pack. Oh. So now we have a Mega Ball. I'm sorry, a Master Ball and a regular old Pokeball. I keep saying Mega Ball because that's the lottery name, and it's oh my goodness, come on, watch this. Watch what's here again. This is my third one already. Oh, look at this. Now this is a third Vulpix. Well, look at this one. It's a nice looking card. Pikachu. And it's the male Pikachu. I know that because he's got the lightning bolt tail. Rockruff. Yeah. Yeah. Shiny Pikachu. Oh, that is a shiny Pikachu. Thank you. Here's I don't know who this is. The next one I think I know. And that's a Pokeball. Is this Chauncey? And is this Qual? And here's another Master Ball. Wow. I got to pick up the pace a little here. I'm glad it's only 3 hours is hard to do. It's a lot of time. And I appreciate you being here. Are Dutch cards any cheaper? They make, from what I understand, they make Pokemon cards in about 15 or 16 different languages. I have a couple. Italian and German. Yeah, I have some. Here's a Pokeball card of Quaquaval. I'm sure that's Quaquaval. Is this Meowth? I don't know. And I think, again, this is Chauncey. Oh, what is this? This one is marked. It's stamped. Does anybody have any idea what this is? It's stamped. It's a reverse hollow, but it's stamped in Chinese. So I'm going to sleeve it up just in case. I get in trouble. People go, Grandpa, put them in sleeves. I mean, come on. Slow down. It's stamped reversed hollow. That's what I thought it was. It's a stamped reverse hollow. But why? I don't know. Third base. Do you know when I say I don't know third base what that means? Does anybody not know what that means? When I go, I don't know third base. It's an Abbott and Costello skit. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Third base. Yeah, right. There you go. So far, I like them. They're nice. Oh, here. This is a Pokeball. Oh, look what I just picked up. Check this out. Another one of these with a lightning bolt. So let's put that in the sleeve. It might be good. Oh, no. Look at this one pack. I got a Master Ball and a lightning bolt in one pack. How cool is that? These are cool cards. And they're not crazy expensive either. Yet. Yet. I mean, I go into card stores now and I see Paldea Evolved ETBs for $500. Man. The scalpers have really screwed up this hobby for little kids. Yeah, I see them. And then you go into a store and you see a card for $4,000. A card for $4,000. Okay, next pack. Rockruff Pokeball. I'm sure this is Lechonk. I'm sure it is. Oh, this next card has a lot of stars on it. Is this Wooper, maybe? Oh, check out the next card. Wow. I'm going to put the next card in the sleeve before I show it to you. It's stamped. It's a reverse hollow. I'm going to send a couple of these in and get them graded. These packs are so thin. Man, they're like razor thin. So I got pumpkins yesterday for the front steps. I'm not supposed to lift, and I got big ones. My wife gets mad when I start getting the edge. The video's getting out. Oh boy. Luckily, my wife, my sweetie, lets me. Oh, it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I love his name. Quaxly. Who's this? I don't know. Oh, I know the next one. Watch this. Fido, right? And it's a Mega Ball. Fido. I love Quaxly. Because the name's so cool, Quaxly. So I was working in the yard yesterday, my first time. I mean, I'm still recovering from my kidney operation in April. And I mean, I was so ill. Oof. Not fun having a kidney removed. Okay, I think this is Meowscarada. I hate saying it. Is it? Is that Meowscarada? And here we go again. Whoops, don't slide around cards. Fido. But it's got the CBS ball. Here's Quaxly again. Quaxly. And then, of course, Vulpix. And it's a Master Ball. Vulpix. Oh, that's Florigato. That's the CBS ball. Well, it looks like the CBS logo. don't just make that stuff up. There's got to be a reason I say stuff. Not really necessarily a reason I say things. Sometimes they never mind. I just get in so much trouble. You have no idea. You gotta sometimes I have to check what I'm saying. Oh, here's another one. What is with all these cards? It's a Pokeball card, so let's leave it up. I don't know. I don't think these are the big ones. I got because there's too many of them. I didn't pull a full art yet, I don't think. Who's this? I think this is Growlithe. Am I right or am I wrong? Growlithe. I'm pretty sure this is Quaquaval or whatever the hell heck they call it. And unfiltered, yeah. It can get in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Filtering. Boy. You have to be very careful what you say because YouTube can very easily press, like I press the button when somebody pisses me off, click. Well, YouTube can go click. And this is too much fun. Yeah. Oh, if I had an unfiltered one, yeah. Here we go. Fido, Pokeball. Here we go. I'm not going to remember who this is. Come on, Grandpa. I can't remember. And then there's this. The whole card has stars on it. And then there's, I'm pretty sure that's Lechonk. I think that's Lechonk. How old's your son, Dustin? Dustin wrote, I wish I could filter what my son says. Yeah, I'm not 100% recovered yet, but yeah, I feel pretty good. Like I said, I worked in the yard for the first time yesterday. I actually weeded around. We have a weeping cherry tree up front, and I weeded around it, and I put mulch down. So here we go. I don't know. Then there's Quaxley, the quacker. Then there's this guy who looks like a hot dog. He looks like a hot dog to me. Oh, yes. Here's Quaxley. Shiny Quaxley. Nice. I'm going to sleeve that. I don't know why. No, they're not all shinies. So I haven't pulled the big one, that's for sure. I'm sure I haven't. Boy, very repetitive cards. That is just not cool. That's the hot dog Pokemon. Here's oh, I pulled 3 black stars. Hold on. This is the nicest card of the box so far. By far. I think I'm not sure. Is that Meowscarada? Look at it. Look at how pretty that card is. 3 black stars. I'm trying to glare. Damn. It's a pretty card. In my hand, I hold the last pack. So it was the next to the last pack that had the best card in it. When I first did this last week, I thought you'd be able to talk also, but then I realized if you have, say, 20 people on and they're all talking, it may not be a good thing. Okay, here we go. No idea. Here's a redo of Pikachu with the lightning bolt. Here's I'm not 100% certain, and I got another one of these stamped cards. Hold on. Why are they stamped? I wonder what that means. And they're all reverse hollows that have been stamped. Trying to get rid of that glare and trying to be centered. There we go. Pretty cool. So that was the whole box. It was overall okay. It was interesting to me that, yeah, I really have to get some boxes of some European, like I have Spanish cards and I have German cards and Italian cards. And I have to get some Gem Pack Volume 1. Yes, it was Volume 1. It was. So, and let me get here's a box. Oh, let me put all of those in there. The box. Even though I should use a smaller box for this one. And then there's nothing that signifies what it is. So I'm just going to put a piece of this like this. So I'll know, even though I should be able to figure out who it is just from the fact that they're different cards, that they're totally different. So that was 3 boxes, 2 boxes of Mega Evolution, and 1 box of, just for the people that weren't here in the beginning, this is the box I just ripped. And I already have Volume 2 on order. It's supposed to come in next weekend. And so I'm thinking about doing a live every 2 weeks. You think that's too much? Or is that about right? Or is that too little? I don't know. I think it's too much. Or it's either too much or just about right. I don't think it's too little. But what do you think? Every 2 weeks, as long as I'm ripping, and I'll always, of course, I'll 100% of the time it'll be rips. And like, I mean, I can go into a store right now. See, the stores up here are nice because they're Pokemon stores. Thank you. I'm reading everything you're saying. And I can go into a store and they'll have 40 different packs. 40, they'll have Crown Zeniths and Journey Together and White Flare and Black Bolt and just on and on and on. And the most expensive ones, other than going back and getting cards that are a pack of cards that's 10 years old. The most expensive recent packs are Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies are about $45 to $50 a pack. So when I had the pack giveaway, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and first place got 1 Evolving Skies. That's because it's like a $50 pack. And if you pull, yeah, it is crazy. But if you pull a Moonbreon, and I pulled one when they first came out, and I put it online as a giveaway. I gave away a Moonbreon. That was insane. Oh, but I've had, you can't imagine. I've had people say to me online, he really doesn't send the cards out. He doesn't give the cards away. I know there's people in here that have gotten cards from me. I know that for a fact. As I'm looking at this list, I'm seeing people that have won cards and I've mailed them out to them. I was second place with sun and moon packs. Yeah, right. Right. That's correct. You had a card 100%, but man, they say, you know, you have to look at it from my perspective. When I'm doing a giveaway of cards, and if I'm giving away, okay, let me go back a little. At 4 o'clock today, the EV giveaway is taking place. There's 6 cards that are runners up. I just give old cards, and there's some nice old cards. And there's 14 cards that are modern cards. And let me just show you. Where'd I put them? Right here. These are the cards that are in the giveaway. That Eevee. This Eevee from Prismatic Evolutions. You know how hard it was to pull this card? This Eevee from Terrastal Festival. It is a Master Ball Reverse Hollow. This Espeon from, it's a Sword and Shield promo. I give away promos. This is a Prismatic Evolution stamped. It's stamped. And it's still in its original pack. That came with those surprise boxes. This is a Jolteon Prismatic Evolutions. But here's a Jolteon Cosmos Hollow promo. This is a promo. This is a really nice card. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare. And you could see. I mean, this card is beautiful. You can't tell. Here's a Sylveon from Prismatic Evolutions. These are all in the giveaway. Here's a Sylveon from Eevee Heroes. By the way, how do I know this? They're all written on the back. Here's a Vaporeon from Eevee Heroes. Again, written on the back. Then, a Leafeon, Master Ball Reverse Hollow. A Glaceon from Evolving Skies. A Leafeon. I can't believe this card. You're going to look at this card and say, this card is beautiful. This card's in perfect shape. It's centered properly. Everything's nice about this card. It came back as 6. Good Lord. And this is the #1 card. It's an Umbreon Sword and Shield promo. That's the #1 card. Now, somebody will give me a comment. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Do you know how much this is right here? Do you have any idea? So when you see me doing giveaways and giving away, just understand it. It's nothing cheap about giveaways. And then I have to mail them. Uh-oh. Okay. And then I have to mail them. And, you know, when you mail something to Europe or you mail something to Asia and you put it in a box and mail it, and I use these boxes. These boxes are great because I could probably stand on this box and it won't crush. So these boxes are great. But like I said, I just mailed something out the other day. Even to Canada. I mailed one of those boxes to Canada. It's $15. I can almost walk it to Canada. So, super, yeah, it's very expensive right now. I just mailed something to, I don't even remember where I mailed it to. I think it was like $28 to mail it. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's only a $30 card. But that's okay. Because it's fun. If it wasn't fun, but there are people on board on the channel that just they're just miserable people. And what I do is click. If you give me enough crap, you really got to piss me off. Like I said, that last guy said something to me, and I stewed on it overnight. And I said he actually wrote UGH, UGH. So I searched for UGH, and there he was. And I removed him from the channel because I got so mad at what he said. You can't imagine what people say to me. They say the most vile stuff to me. And, you know, I was a Cub master, a soccer coach, a baseball coach, a hockey referee, a roller hockey coach. A football coach. I had parents buy me, they knew I was a golfer, bought me a new pair of golf spikes because I taught their daughter, how to hit a baseball because the father didn't have time to do it. And just the comments. I actually had a guy say to me one time, "Why does my son play the outfield?" I said, "Because if I put it in the infield, he can't catch, he's going to get killed." And the guy looks at me and goes, "That's your job to teach him how to catch." And I looked at him, I said, "No, that's your job to teach him how to catch. My kid can catch, your kid can't." Yeah, focus on the great people. You're right. 27,000, but it's that one or two that really get under your, well, you deal with, if you deal with people on a daily basis, it's like, again, you can't imagine the vile things some people say to me or say about me. It's like, you don't even know who the hell I am. How can you say something about me? So we're coming up to 9 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions? We'll make it, the last 10 minutes will be a question and answer period. Yes, you do have to cultivate it to be nice. You do. Don't mention them in videos. You'll see that they will do it more. Yeah. Well, but then they know if you do it, you're gone. It's real simple. And any comments they have, say they've commented 100 times over whatever, all 100 comments are gone. How long have I been collecting Pokemon? 2 years. I started in September 2023. And so 2 years and 1 month. And at the time, I was still healthy. And so I would be able to go into a card store. And this is before Pokemon prices went through the roof. And I used to be able to go into a card store and give me a box of that, give me a box of that, give me a box of that, and give me a box of that. And because I was selling a house every 2.5 weeks in Las Vegas, think about that. Being a real estate agent and selling a house every 2.5 weeks for all year. So the store loved me. Don't forget to hit the, yeah. Don't say a bad thing about you. How can anyone? I know, it's weird. Autism Dad, I think he won something one time, if I'm not mistaken. What's the biggest card you ever pulled? I don't know. I could tell you my favorite cards I've ever had. Other than the really, see, back when I was young and I was buying baseball cards, there was a nickel a pack. And you'd open a pack of cards and it'd be a Mickey Mantle, a Roberto Clemente, a Don Drysdale, a Sandy Koufax, Whitey Ford, and on and on and on. That was in every pack. The best Pokemon, there's no doubt about it in my mind, the best Pokemon I ever pulled was not the Gardevoir. Maybe if I get the Gardevoir grade and it comes back at 10, it might be the best. The Surging Sparks Pikachu was the case hit, and I sent it to get graded, and it came back at 10. And then I brought it to a card show. And I mean, I hate saying this. Somebody bought it from me, and they paid. Are you ready for this? They paid $900 for it. They really wanted it. So thank you very much, Jay. Hopefully I'll win someday. That's another thing that some guy will write, "Oh, I can't believe I never win." I'm like, buddy, there's 1,500 entries. If 20 people win, that means 1,480 don't. Which side do you think you're on? No, I have not played the new Pokemon. The best, my two, not talking about old Mickey Mantles. I was a big Mickey Mantle fan, so all my Mickey Mantle cards were gems. Not talking about more recent cards. There's two cards that stick out in my mind. I have one of those cards that has a diamond in it. I don't know what it's called, who made it, but it's a 1 of 10. It's Aaron Judge, and it's autographed. And I think I paid like $400 for it. And I think it's worth a couple $1,000s now. I might have given it to my son. I'm not 100% certain. But I also have a football card, regular football card that's, this big. And it's from the University of Alabama. And it has Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa on it. And they're both autographs. They were both there at the University of Alabama at the same time as quarterbacks. and it's signed by both of them. That was the way I pulled it. Or did I pull it, or did I buy it? I don't remember. I may have purchased that one, but it's a real card, guaranteed authentic autographs by whoever it is, whether it be Fleer or Topps but it's just signed by two really good quarterbacks. So that's one of my favorite. But I'll tell you the last part about this. One day, my son says to me, "Hey, Dad," this is my son who's 45. My think about it, I have a 45-year-old son, and says, "Hey, Dad, uh, yeah, I gave away the Magikarps. Yeah, I gave away a bunch of the black Magikarps from Paldea Evolved. Yeah, a bunch of them, like 4 or 5 of them, and the 4 or 5 Van Gogh Pikachus. Do you know how much they are? They're like $500-$600 now. I gave away half a dozen of them." So my son goes, "Hey, Dad, he lives in central New Jersey. And he goes, I was going through the garage and I found this box and it's got all baseball cards from the late 50s to the mid 60s. And I said, "You had it in your garage?" He knew I gave it to him. Yeah. Yeah. Van Gogh Pikachu for $1,000. And I gave away a bunch of them. Yeah. And I said, "You had those cards?" "Ryan," I said, "you got thousands of dollars in cards there, tens of thousands of dollars in cards in your garage." So, oh, it's just so much fun. So you have to, you know what? I was lucky that I was able to keep a lot of the cards from when I was young. I was so lucky. I don't know how or why. Oh boy. So we're coming up to 157. Any other questions? We're going to end this in 3 minutes, people. And yeah, the Gardevoir was Gardevoir? Was that the one I pulled last weekend? Gardevoir, yeah, EX, the SIR. And I'm going to send that in to get graded. If it comes back at 10, it's worth a lot of money. If it comes back in, I'll just end up bringing it to the card show and hopefully somebody that really wants it. How often do you see a 10 case hit Pikachu? Not too often, and I had one. What's the end goal with the channel? Eventually, I want to give the channel to my grandson. Grandpa's cards. Think about it. My grandson is 10 right now, and he's big into Pokemon. And every time I go visit them, he shows me all his Pokemon cards, which I gave to him. Yeah. The new giveaway starts at 4:00 today. 4. So right now, 2 hours from now, the new giveaway. That's the drawing for the EVs and the new giveaway. And the new giveaway, it's kind of similar to something I've done in the past, but not exact. Yeah, pretty close. You'll see. You'll like it. It's good stuff. You never know, man. When I'm giving away some of these things, you never know. Some of the cards I give away are $20, $30, $40. Other cards I give away are $100, $150. Depends on a lot of things. So I could always use, when somebody came up with the idea, how about ghosts for Halloween? Give away cards that are ghosts. I said, oh, what a great idea. I never even thought of that. So that's why I started going out and getting Gengar, Ghastly, Haunter, and any other ghosts. Glow in the dark Ghastly. That's such a cool card. Yeah. If you have any ideas for giveaways, send them to me in a message or actually email me, because my email address, I'm sure, is somewhere on my channel. And it's probably best that way because you can't understand. Some days I get 3,000 messages. It's such a full-time job. There's only so many hours in the day that I can do this. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming around. Snow winter cards. I will in the winter. Good idea. And I might do a giveaway in the middle of a stream. I have to figure out how I want to do that and what I want to do. So Yeah, I've thought about it, and I'm going to probably end up doing that for the people that are online, so you can have a giveaway. Because like those sneaky giveaways I have, when it's only 120 people, your odds are a lot better. But still, it's hard. Even when it's 120, if I give out 10, that means 110 people don't win beach cards for winter because that's where I wish I could be. Mimikyu is my favorite. Uh, there's a Pokemon Center in New York City, so uh, one of these days I have to get. I just hate. I worked in New York. I worked on Wall Street, and I hate going into New York City. It's just brings back really bad memories. So this is Grandpa saying thank you everybody for joining me. I really appreciated you all being here. And the new giveaway starts in 2 hours. The EV giveaway starts in 2 hours, or the actual drawing will show. It's there already. It's online, ready to just go active at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we will be seeing you. You'll see me many times during the week. And this new giveaway is going to be interesting because I still have to get a lot of things for it. But I got one in particular. You'll see. I'll let you see it. I'm going to keep it a surprise. So this is Grandpa saying, thank you very much. I love all you guys, and I appreciate you being here. You all take care and have a nice day. Take care now. Bye-bye.